And we can go ahead and get started with today's POELAB notes. You'd run a Chieftain. RF seems like the easiest to gear up. Yes and no. RF is a weird one because Rise of the Phoenix at the very beginning of a league costs a lot. And then in like 3 days it gets incredibly cheap. However, that's also like 3 days of not being able to run your build, right? Unless you want to expend an exorbitant amount of chaos within the first 3 days. I feel like for a regular person, that's totally fine, right? For a person who only plays a few hours a day, and probably gets to maps on day 3, that sounds fine. In 3 days, you'll have a really cheap Rise of the Phoenix to use. But me, who's probably going to be in maps on day 2? Or like... Within, like, I would hope I've been maps within the first 2 days or so. That sounds like a problem. It's like I would get to Aqueducts and like, well, I don't want to spend a whole bunch on Rise of the Phoenix, so I'm just gonna stay here for a while. So either A, I have currency, B, it magically drops, or C, I manage to... Or C, I just wait until it gets cheap. I guess I could also always just do RF without Rise of the Phoenix, but I don't like that idea. I'm not keen on that. Like, Sapphols, yeah. Then there's the way to bypass the Rise of the Phoenix and just do an RF Totem character. But... rather not do that. You can definitely still do RF for lab. And you can definitely do it as a starter. However, considering that whole Rise of the Phoenix situation, and what's it? Because it's not an attack build, therefore you're not scaling as much attack. Well, you're scaling attacks because to move. But you're not scaling like a massive amount of attacks being like most attack-based builds. So your move skill in the end is still probably going to end up being slower than a pure attack-based build. I might also just be sick and tired of starting as RF. I don't know. There was like a good solid 2 or 3 leagues where I was just doing RF. Then after that, like a league or 2 of me just doing Slayers. Then I just started mixing things up a lot. I'm still doing Uber Lemons for standard, of course, of course. There was nothing in that room, right? my mind said there was. Okay, no, it was an Escargot, and I marked it. Okay, wow, that was a hell of an autopilot moment. I marked it without even realizing it. Well, so yeah, I'm still doing lab notes. Can't stop, won't stop. Also, still need to find my soul. It's somewhere in here. I swear that part of my soul that I sealed off in the lab is somewhere in here. I'll find it one day. Slayer's like I'm good enough for full key lab runs or need to do jugs. Slayer's totally fine. Yeah, Slayer still works. It's just that it didn't really benefit any from the Slayer buffs. Because you'd be grabbing Bane of Legends, because the regular setup for Slayer is Bane of Legends, Endless Hunger for lab. And neither of them got significant changes that would affect lab. Well, actually, it might be slightly worse because you don't have the fast leech anymore. You still have the overleech. You just don't have the fast leech. The fast overleech. That's the Dark Shrine. A link to my lab farm in this league. Legion or Synthesis? Legion, I'm gonna recommend against that because untested. I'm gonna apologize for that and say I don't necessarily have one. I have one planned out, but it is untested, so I don't really want to recommend it. On top of that, it's also... yeah. So much is changing, it's really difficult for me to recommend... what's it? A sweep juggernaut. Yeah, okay, you know what? I don't have any of the gear. I don't have any of the skill gems, but I can send you the passive tree. That's all I got, but again, I'm gonna forewarn you. It's untested. There's a lot changing, so I don't really know if it's actually going to be good or not. But if you remind me after Uberlab, I'll give you the passive tree, but I really just don't like giving people passive trees when it's like, yeah, I haven't done this build yet, but here you go. I really don't like doing that. You can wait till it's tested. This character still works. The character you see here still works. Did I not pick up? Oh wait, no, it's because I haven't gone to the gold key room. That's right, I was in the silver key room just now. This is a League Sort character, with the exception of, hold on, let me check the bow again. Okay, yeah, no, this is still just a +2 bow. I forgot to put my Queen of the Forest back on. That's why I felt a little slow. If you do want a League lab starter, this character works. This character's still under the lab builds command, if you're interested in this one. Oh, which one is it? Shit. Is it still under there? Yeah, it is. It's the very first one, sorry, yeah. Dr. Grand Pathfinder 3.6, that's the very, very first one listed. I'm gonna have to clean up that command, because some of those are incredibly out of date.
Gold is the most liberating of metals.
You know, I could probably, you know, okay, you know, this is what I'm confident in building and then sharing. Cleave Jug, the Cleave Jug character, I'm willing to respec that, or to replan that one out. It's because honestly, it's still fine right now, and it's getting buffed, so it's like, okay, it's better then. I need some flasks. Yeah, but Toxic Rain character, this character is not at all being touched next league, so it all works out. This character will still totally be fine. That Bane Slorin character, probably gonna take that off the list.
There's nothing quite so enticing as a large door.
I still have a lot to find in this lab.
When the time comes to strike,
Oh man, I don't actually know if I might only be able to update like one tree tonight then. Cause I have a short stream today. I have to end before 8 o'clock because I have some meetings to attend. But I'll try to quickly at least do well, I'll put the passive tree for my planned Juggernaut, my planned Leap Sweep character into chat, and then I'll see if I can make a Cleave Jug build. Are gonna do any Slayer builds next league? Yes. Definitely gonna do a Slayer Starforge build at some point, or Void Forge. Probably Starforge. Just get all the crit, get Bane of Legends, get all the accuracy, then do something with it. The go-to would be Cyclone, right? Just go hard into the Fizz Cyclone. Here's another Dark Shrine. We just have Dark Shrines left? Shit. I wasn't looking at the screen. Yeah, I only have Dark Shrines left, I think. Let's go Gauntlet, Trap Gauntlet. Switch was a Trap Gauntlet. Yeah, it's just Dark Shrines. You know, honestly, if Sweep feels really good to play, I might start off with my Hejizera Sweep Jug, and then later in the league just go heavy into the Starforge Slayer Sweep. My Slayer will be doing what the Slayer portrait is actually doing with the two-handed is like executing someone. I think of going Jug, Cyclone, or EQ. You're afraid of how slow it would be in mapping. So Cyclone probably won't be slow because it's Cyclone. EQ, that's up for debate. They are making the Aftershock deal more damage, right? I don't remember if they're buffing the Aftershock's AoE though. However, I'm also gonna mention, when in doubt, Tech Slam. Tech Slam's pretty dang good. I've seen many Tech Slam builds just like blow through maps in the current patch. So Tech Slam should definitely be totally fine. Multi-Strike be usable Cyclone. It will not be. It not only is it currently not usable, it definitely won't be usable whenever Cyclone's a channeled skill. Because you already can't channel, you already can't multi-strike channel its attacks. And by that I mean you can't multi-strike, what do you call it? Blade Flurry. Or Charge Dash. I mean, I don't see why you would want to multi-strike Cyclone. It already has really good attack speed and hit rate. You know, you weren't here in the day where you were able to use multi-strike on Cyclone. It was the worst thing in the world, because you know what would happen? You would link it with multi-strike. You'd click over here. Your character would then go in 3 different directions. Multi-strike meant you would whirl in 3 directions. Yeah. Like you'd start spinning towards that spot, then you go in another direction, then you go in another direction, and then you start going towards the next spot. Melee Splash does not need to work with Cyclone. No, Melee Splash doesn't work with Cyclone, nor does it need to. Cyclone hits in an area already. Like, anything in Cyclone's radius gets hit, so it doesn't need Melee Splash at all. Ah, god damn it, it's one of these days. I hate these days when there's only 3 Dark Shrines. YouTube guys or videos. So I'm the worst content creator. Outside of Path of Buildings, I don't have any write-ups or video guides for my builds. I keep telling myself I need to get around to making some of them, and then the next patch comes out and I do another build. And then I just get caught in a cycle of not just having too much on my plate and not doing them. Like 0 people get into Lavis leagues that matter. Yeah, that's something I noticed about the what's it? About the patch. You know, it's nothing about lab at all. Like actually 0 things about lab. Not even a bug fix or anything like that. At least I didn't see any bug fixes.
A throne is the most devious trap of them all.
Oh, I forgot to mark his weapons. Two-handed mace. Yeah, the no new enchants thing, yeah, I would say is that's well, no new enchants for now. I think we're all okay with that because we've hit critical point. We've hit maximum bloat. All right, let me get these live notes made.